Seated in the lotus position, with the rising sun warming my face, I take a deep breath and begin to recount my journey. My name is Thomas, and I'm a Buddhist monk who has dedicated his life to the pursuit of enlightenment and understanding the mysteries of the universe. Today I want to share with you a fascinating discovery that transformed my perception of life and destiny, the hidden power in the last digit of your birth year. It all began 20 years ago when I was just a young novice in a monastery in the mountains of Colorado. I spent my days studying ancient Buddhist texts, meditating and performing daily monastery tasks. It was during one of these study sessions that I found a dusty manuscript hidden in the deepest corners of our library. The manuscript, written in ancient Tibetan, spoke about the connection between numbers and each individual's spiritual path. Intrigued, I spent sleepless nights deciphering its contents. As I delved deeper into its teachings, I realized I had discovered something truly extraordinary. According to the manuscript, the last digit of a person's birth year is not just a random number, but a portal to understanding their destiny, challenges, and spiritual potential. Each number from 0 to 9 carries a unique energy that profoundly influences our journey through life. Fascinated by this revelation, I decided to dedicate my life to studying and understanding this ancient knowledge. I traveled throughout the United States, seeking wise men and masters who could teach me more about this mystical connection between numbers and destiny. On my journey, I met an old sage in the Rocky Mountains. He lived in a small cave away from the world, but his wisdom was as vast as the sky itself. It was he who taught me the true essence of this knowledge. Thomas, he told me, his eyes shining with ancestral wisdom, numbers are more than mere symbols. They are the language of the universe, the way the cosmos communicates with us. The last digit of the birth year is like a key that opens the door to understanding our mission in this life. I spent years studying with the sage, learning to interpret the meanings of each number and how they manifest in our lives. I learned that those born in years ending in 0 have a special connection with emptiness, infinite potential. They are like a blank canvas, ready to create their own destiny. Those born in years ending in 1 are the pioneers, the natural leaders. They have the energy of new beginnings, of initiative. Their mission is to open new paths and inspire others to follow. The number 2 brings with it the energy of balance and harmony. People with this number in their birth year are naturally diplomatic and have a gift for mediating conflicts and creating peace. 3 is the number of creativity and expression. Those born in years ending in 3 have an innate ability to communicate and inspire others through their ideas and creations. 4 represents stability and construction. People with this number are the foundations of society, building solid bases for the future. 5 is the number of change and adventure. Those born in years ending in 5 are free spirits, always in search of new experiences and knowledge. 6 brings the energy of love and responsibility. People with this number have a strong sense of duty and a natural ability to care for others. 7 is the number of mystery and spirituality. Those born in years ending in 7 are naturally inclined to seek deep knowledge and hidden truth. 8 represents power and abundance. People with this number have the potential to achieve great material success, but also the responsibility to use that power wisely. Finally, 9 is the number of completion and wisdom. Those born in years ending in 9 have the mission of synthesizing knowledge and experiences for the benefit of all. As I deepened my understanding of these numbers, I began to see patterns everywhere. I observed the people around me and saw how their lives aligned with the energy of their birth numbers. It was as if I had gained a new pair of eyes, able to see beyond the surface and understand the deep currents that guide our lives. But the real test came when I began to apply this knowledge to my own life. I was born in a year ending in 7, and I had always felt an inexplicable attraction to mystery and spiritual pursuit. Now, I understood why. My birth number propelled me to seek hidden knowledge, to dive into the depths of ancient wisdom. With this understanding, my spiritual practice gained a new dimension. I began to incorporate specific meditations and mantras aligned with the energy of number 7. I felt more connected to my purpose, more in tune with the flow of the universe. I realized that this knowledge was not just for me. It was a gift that should be shared with the world. So I decided to leave my life of seclusion in the monastery and travel, sharing this wisdom with all who were willing to listen. I traveled through cities and towns, giving lectures and workshops on the power of birth numbers. I saw eyes light up with understanding. I saw people find new meaning in their lives. It was gratifying but also challenging. Not everyone was ready to accept this ancient wisdom. I remember one particularly difficult day. I was giving a lecture in a big city, and the room was full of skeptics. I could feel their disbelief, almost palpable in the air. It was then that I decided to share my own story, to reveal how understanding my own birth number had transformed my life. I spoke about my journey, about the nights spent studying ancient texts, about my years of learning with the old sage. I shared how understanding the number 7 helped me embrace my contemplative nature and my quest for hidden knowledge. As I spoke, I saw the atmosphere in the room change. Skepticism gave way to curiosity and then to openness. At the end of the lecture, many came to me, eager to discover more about their own birth numbers. It was at that moment that I realized the true power of this knowledge. It wasn't just about predicting the future or understanding destiny. It was about self-knowledge, about finding our place in the great tapestry of the universe. In the years that followed, I continued my mission to spread this wisdom. I wrote books, gave lectures across the country, and even created an app to help people understand their birth numbers. But I always kept my spiritual practice at the center of everything. Every morning before sunrise, I sit in meditation and connect with the energy of my number 7. I visualize it as a bright violet light, pulsing in sync with my heart. I repeat the mantra associated with 7, Om Hreem Kleem Shreem, feeling each vibration resonate through my being. This daily practice keeps me centered and aligned with my purpose. It constantly reminds me that, although I am in the world sharing this knowledge, my true journey is internal, a constant search for truth and enlightenment. Over the years, I have witnessed countless transformations. I've seen people discover hidden talents, find courage to follow their dreams, and make peace with aspects of their lives they didn't understand before. I remember a woman, born in a year ending in 5, who always felt restless and dissatisfied. Upon understanding the energy of her birth number, she embraced her adventurous nature and began traveling the world, documenting different cultures. She found her purpose in celebrating human diversity. Or the man born in a year ending in 4, who always struggled against his methodical and organized nature. When he understood that this was his strength, not a weakness, he channeled this energy into creating systems that helped thousands of people organize their lives and achieve their goals. Each transformation story reinforced my conviction in the importance of this knowledge, but it also reminded me of the responsibility that comes with it. I always emphasize that birth numbers are a tool for self-knowledge, not a fixed destiny. We are the authors of our own stories. The numbers just give us clues about the plot. As the years passed, I began to notice subtle changes in myself. My connection with number 7 deepened, leading me to levels of understanding I never thought possible. I started to get glimpses of realities beyond the veil of common existence. In one of my deepest meditations, I had a powerful vision. I saw all the numbers, from 0 to 9, dancing in a cosmic spiral. Each number shone with its own light, but together they formed a symphony of energy that sustained the entire universe. At that moment, I understood that birth numbers were just the beginning. They were gateways to a much vaster and deeper knowledge. I realized that I had spent decades merely scratching the surface of an ocean of wisdom. This revelation led me to a new phase of my journey. I began to explore the interconnections between numbers, the ways they influence each other, and how these interactions manifest in our lives. I discovered that, beyond the last digit of the birth year, other numbers in our lives also carry profound meanings. The sum of all the digits of the birth date, for example, reveals our life number, which influences our journey in a more comprehensive way. I learned about personal years, 9-year cycles that we all go through, each governed by a different number, and bringing specific lessons and opportunities. The more I learned, the more I realized how interconnected everything in the universe is. Numbers were not just abstract symbols, but manifestations of cosmic patterns that repeat at all levels of existence, from the movement of planets to the growth of a flower. This expanded understanding brought new challenges: how to share this knowledge in a way that people could understand and apply in their lives, how to balance the esoteric depth of this knowledge with the practicality needed for everyday life. I decided to adapt my teachings. I began offering longer and more intensive retreats where I could delve deeper into these concepts with those who were truly ready for this level of knowledge. At the same time, I continued to offer introductory lectures and workshops, focusing on the last digit of the birth year as an accessible starting point for everyone. One day, during one of these intensive retreats, I had another transformative experience. We were in a circle, each participant meditating on their birth number. Suddenly, I felt a wave of energy sweep through the group. It was as if I could see each person's aura, pulsing with the colors of their respective numbers. At that moment, I had a profound understanding. Numbers were not just tools for individual self-knowledge, but also for collective harmony. When people understand and embrace the energy of their numbers, they naturally align with their purpose, and by extension, with the greater purpose of the universe. This realization opened a new chapter in my teachings. I began to explore how birth numbers can be used to create more harmonious teams, more balanced relationships, and even more cohesive societies. I worked with companies, helping them form teams based on the complementarity of their members' birth numbers. I saw conflicts being resolved and productivity increasing when people understood and respected each other's unique energies. I counseled couples, showing how birth numbers can reveal points of harmony and areas of potential conflict in their relationships. I saw love and understanding flourish when partners learned to appreciate their numerical differences. I even worked with community leaders and politicians, helping them understand how numerical energies can be used to create more balanced and inclusive policies. Throughout all this time, I never lost sight of my own spiritual journey. My number 7 continued to guide me, leading me ever deeper in the search for ultimate truth. I began to dedicate more time to silent contemplation, seeking direct insights from the source of wisdom. In one of these deep meditation sessions, I had a vision that changed everything once again. I saw the universe as a vast web of light, each intersection point pulsing with a number. I understood that numbers were not just symbols or energies, but the very structure of reality. Each number was a node in this cosmic web, connecting to all others in infinitely complex patterns. This vision left me in ecstasy for days. When I finally managed to articulate what I had experienced, I realized that I had reached a new level of understanding. Birth numbers were not just about us as individuals, or even about us as a society. They were about our connection to the very fabric of the cosmos. With this new perspective, my teachings evolved once again. I began to speak not just about self-knowledge or social harmony, but about our cosmic responsibility. Each of us, through our birth number, has a unique role to play in the great symphony of the universe. I taught that by living in alignment with the energy of our number, we are not just improving our own lives, but contributing to the harmony and balance of the entire cosmos. Each action aligned with our birth number is like a perfect note in a universal symphony. This understanding brought a new depth and responsibility to my teachings. It was no longer just about personal growth or success in life, but about our role in the grand cosmic plan. I remember a particularly powerful retreat I held in the mountains of Colorado. I gathered a diverse group of spiritual seekers, each representing a different birth number. For 7 days, we delved deeply into the energy of each number. On the first day, we focused on number 1. A young entrepreneur born in a year ending in 1 shared how embracing the pioneering energy of this number helped her launch a revolutionary startup in sustainable technology. Her story inspired everyone to recognize their potential for leadership and innovation. On the second day, we explored number 2. An experienced diplomat whose birth year ended in 2 taught us about the power of balance and mediation. Through practical exercises, we learned to find harmony in conflict situations. The third day was dedicated to number 3. A vibrant artist, born in a year ending in 3, guided us in a collective creative process. Together, we created a giant mandala, each person contributing their unique expression to form a harmonious whole. On the fourth day, we delved into the energy of number 4. An architect, whose birth year ended in 4, took us on a journey of construction, not of buildings but of our own internal foundations. We learned the importance of stability and perseverance in our spiritual journey. The fifth day was electrifying, focused on the energy of number 5. An intrepid adventurer, born in a year ending in 5, challenged us to step out of our comfort zones. We engaged in activities that put us in touch with our courage and desire for freedom. On the 6th day, we explored the nurturing energy of number 6. A compassionate therapist, whose birth year ended in 6, guided us in exercises of healing and forgiveness. We learned the importance of unconditional love and service to others. The 7th day was deeply mystical, aligned with the energy of number 7, my own birth number. I guided the group in deep meditations and contemplative practices, seeking glimpses of ultimate truth. On the 8th day, we focused on the power and abundance of number 8. A successful philanthropist born in a year ending in 8 taught us about the responsibility that comes with material success and how to use our resources for the greater good. The 9th day was dedicated to the wisdom and completeness of number 9. A wise elder, whose birth year ended in 9, guided us on a journey of synthesis, helping us integrate all the lessons from the previous days. Finally, On the 10th day, we explored the infinite potential of zero. We spent the day in silence, contemplating the void full of possibilities that zero represents. At the end of this intensive retreat, all participants were deeply transformed. They not only understood their own birth numbers better, but also how to connect and work harmoniously with the energies of all numbers. This experience showed me the power of bringing people of different numerical energies together. I realized that just as numbers work together to create the symphony of the universe, we as human beings can create a similar harmony when we unite in our diversity. Inspired by this realization, I began organizing numerical harmony circles around the country. These were gatherings where people of all birth numbers came together to meditate, share experiences, and work together on projects that would benefit their communities. I saw these circles produce extraordinary results. In a small town in Oregon, a numerical harmony circle managed to resolve a long-standing conflict over water resources, with each member contributing the unique strengths of their birth number. In a large corporation in New York, a similar circle led to a complete restructuring of the company, making it more ethical and sustainable. As these circles spread, I began to see a subtle but significant shift in collective consciousness. People were becoming more aware not just of their own numerical energies, but of the energies of others as well. This led to an increase in empathy, understanding, and cooperation at all levels of society. However, with this growing success, I faced new challenges. Some people began to see birth numbers as a new form of astrology, seeking predictions and quick solutions to their problems. Others tried to use this knowledge to manipulate or control others. I realized that it was crucial to maintain a balance between sharing this knowledge and ensuring that it was used in an ethical and responsible manner. I began to incorporate stronger ethical teachings into my workshops and retreats, emphasizing that the true power of birth numbers is in helping us live more authentically and harmoniously, not in giving us power over others. I also dedicated myself to training teachers who could spread these teachings responsibly. I created a rigorous training program where aspiring teachers not only learned about the numbers, but also went through an intense process of personal and ethical development. As this network of teachers grew, I saw the knowledge of birth numbers spread in ways I never imagined. Schools began incorporating these teachings into their curricula, helping children understand and appreciate their unique qualities from an early age. Companies began using this knowledge to create more harmonious and productive work environments. Even governments began consulting birth number experts when formulating public policies. But perhaps the most profound change I witnessed was in the way people began to see each other. Instead of judging or fearing differences, people began to appreciate the diversity of energies that each birth number brings. This led to an increase in tolerance, cooperation, and mutual understanding on a global scale. As I age, I feel a deep gratitude for having been the vehicle to bring this ancient knowledge back to the modern world. I see that my mission, aligned with my birth number 7, was to unravel this mystery and share it with the world. Now, at 80 years old, I spend most of my time in silent contemplation. I meditate daily on the cosmic dance of numbers, always discovering new layers of meaning and connection. Recently, I had another powerful vision during a deep meditation. I saw the future of humanity, a future where each person lives in harmony with the energy of their birth number, contributing to a cosmic symphony of incredible beauty and complexity. In this vision, I saw a humanity that had transcended many of its current conflicts and limitations. I saw people of all numbers working together in harmony, each bringing their unique strengths to create a more balanced and compassionate world. I saw the pioneers of number 1 leading humanity into new frontiers of exploration and discovery. The diplomats of number 2 mediating conflicts and creating bridges between different cultures. The creatives of number 3 inspiring everyone with their art and expression. The builders of number 4 establishing solid structures for sustainable progress. The adventurers of number 5 constantly reminding us of the importance of freedom and change. The caregivers of number 6 nurturing and supporting everyone around them. The mystics of number 7 connecting us with the deepest truths of the universe. The manifestors of number 8 using their power and abundance for the good of all. And the sages of number 9 synthesizing all this knowledge and experience into a profound and comprehensive wisdom. This vision filled me with renewed hope and purpose. I realized that, although my personal journey may be coming to an end, the work of spreading and deepening this knowledge will continue far beyond my lifetime. In recent years, I have dedicated myself to documenting everything I've learned, creating a comprehensive compendium of numerical wisdom that can guide future generations. I work with a dedicated team of scholars and practitioners to ensure that this knowledge is preserved and continues to evolve. I have also been spending a lot of time mentoring the next generation of teachers and leaders in this field. I see in them the future of this work, and I feel deeply grateful to be able to pass on what I have learned. As I approach the end of my journey in this life, I feel a deep peace. I know that I have done what I came to do, that I have fulfilled the purpose aligned with my birth number 7. I have unraveled an ancient mystery and shared it with the world, planting seeds of wisdom that will continue to grow and flourish long after I'm gone. I look back on my life with gratitude for the knowledge that was entrusted to me, for the people I met along the way, for the challenges that made me grow, and for the countless lives that were touched by these teachings. And I look to the future with hope and confidence. I know that the knowledge of birth numbers will continue to spread, helping more and more people to live more authentic and harmonious lives. I see a future where humanity, guided by this ancient wisdom, finally reaches its full potential, living in harmony with each other and with the cosmos. As the sun sets on the horizon, I feel at peace. My journey has been long and rewarding, full of discoveries and growth. Now I am ready for whatever comes next, knowing that I have played my part in the great cosmic dance of numbers. And so, dear listener, I end my story. But remember, this is not just my story. It is the story of all of us, each playing our unique role, guided by the energy of our birth number. May you discover the wisdom of your own number and use it to live a life of purpose, harmony, and joy. May the dance of numbers guide your steps and illuminate your path. Namaste.